Good.
If you
Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I'm Shama Shahid, your host for today's Voice of the People talk. We are living through a time of immense pressure, but we must ask ourselves, why is there such a heavy burden and so much uncertainty in our lives today? What is so fundamentally different today compared to the times of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? What exactly is missing from our communities and what has changed so drastically in how we live? The answer is actually very simple. We have disconnected ourselves from the revolutionary heart of the Ummah, the prophetic masjid. In the prophetic era, the masjid was a markaz, a community hub where there was no gap between prayer and the practical grit of daily life. It was a place where people found justice, healed their hearts, and solved their everyday struggles under one roof. Your voice is the foundation we need to rebuild this way today. Please read our foundational document, The Heartbeat of the Ummah Masjid, to understand the standard we are striving for. Crucially, we ask you to complete the Masjid survey. It is the compass that will help us move forward. We will place the links in the chat here and in our WhatsApp groups for your convenience. While our relationship building course remains open to help you find peace within your own walls, our goal is to work alongside you to restore the masjid to its true prophetic standard. Every day we progress together, moving from being silent observers to becoming active guardians of our future. Part of reclaiming that prophetic standard is breaking the silence on the issues that affect our homes and our health. Today's talk is titled The Silent Burden Lifting the Myths of the Monthly Cycle. To help us find clarity and dignity in this area, we are honored to welcome Sister Safia Gopalani. She is a naturopath committed to guiding people on health issues. Many have benefited from her advice. Sister Safia is committed to clearing away the cultural myths that cause avoidable suffering in our homes. She will help us understand how moving past these taboos is essential to the strength and vitality of entire Ummah. Sister Safia, she will speak for 20 to 30 minutes. Please keep your pens ready and note your questions. We will hold a question and answer session immediately after. We aim to finish this session within an hour, inshallah. It is time to move beyond the silence. It is time to build the solution. Sister Safia, floor is yours. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. بزدني علما. Okay. We already did the technical part of understanding the cycle, included the families into it, tried to talk to brothers, make them understand what the women in the family are going through. We addressed the girls also last time. This is just a follow-up on myths that are around the monthly cycle. So, and Stefarida had a really beautiful title, The Silent Burden. I liked it. So I tried to work around it. A journey from silence to understanding, reclaiming truth, health, and dignity. Moving on. Sorry, I lost my slides. Okay. So, breaking the silence, right? For a long time, we, sisters, women, bint Hawa, have not been dealing with the monthly cycle. We have been dealing with actually the silence around the topic. So we were not encouraged to ask questions, and it's all about shush, shush, don't talk about it. And like, so there was no actual teaching, scientific level, and even at the matter of fact religious level. So when we don't talk about things, we don't understand it. When we don't understand it, we can't really support it. And when we don't get support, what happened? We suffer, right? So we're gonna learn some new things today. Well, maybe not some new things today. Maybe break some myths and unlearn what we've been taught incorrectly. Okay. And find the way back to truth, just like Find Your Truth, the learning platform that all these Sister Farida and her volunteers run. Let's go. Okay, so silence comes with a cost, just like the food um, the food lecture we talked about. The convenience comes with a cost of health. Similarly, silence comes with a cost. So when silence replaces understanding, myths take over because the authorities don't talk about it. Everybody's talking about it. Hush, hush. So myths quietly shape how women see themselves because they think that's the truth, which is really not, but whatever they can get, right? And the women see themselves in the light of those myths. So, what should have been a manageable part of life that becomes the focus and source of confusion, pain, and isolation. The cycle of silence perpetuated itself generation after generation. There's just no understanding it. And we need to break it now. Okay. Silence create myths. I just mentioned that. So when we cannot talk about it openly, or when we are not encouraged to ask, or when we don't see authorities doing that, the misinformations take place. And that's where, the whole myth thing start. Myths shape self-perception because how we see ourselves determine how we carry ourselves and how others treat us. Because if I value myself, people around me will value me as well. If I live in guilt and shame, it will reciprocate, right?
Mm.
Understanding brings freedom. True knowledge replaces shame with dignity, confusion with clarity, and suffering with strength, inshallah. Today, we remove the silence and replace it with true understanding so we stop feeling sorry for ourselves and move forward with life. We have bigger things to do than just worry about periods and pain and cramps, right? We are much more than that. Okay, so myth busting. I had tons of myths sent to me when I asked people around me. There was no why to go with it, so I did not entertain it. But whenever there was a why, I addressed it here. So silence is modesty, the haya factor here? Not really, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that, I mean, the necessary things, if you bring the factor of haya, how are you going to learn, right? So many of us were taught that speaking about our cycle is immodest. It's like it's not haya. Okay. That the topic should remain hidden, unspoken, and private at all costs. Of course, I mean, that's wrong. As this belief has passed down through generations, often with the best of intentions. Of course, yeah, best of intentions, no doubt, but with deeply harmful consequences. Because the girls emerging into 12, 13, they don't know what it is. Um, the truth is that modesty does not mean silence about your health. The women of the prophetic era asked questions, they sought clarity, and did not suffer in confusion. They were courageous enough to bring their concerns forward. If they could not ask the Prophet directly, they would ask Ummahat al-Mumineen. Somehow they would get the question across to the Prophet. To get the clarity on the subject. And their questions were answered with wisdom and compassion. Prophet ﷺ actually mentioned one of the hadith that um, women of Ansar are very intelligent. They ask intelligent questions. So ask questions. So what's the solution? Ask questions, seek help without shame. I mean, ask questions to authorities, to doctors, to experts. Understand your cycle fully and clearly, the science behind it, why, what, fix your diet and address nutritional deficiencies. That's my subject. It's all diet. It's all diet. Okay. Um, it's all diet and lack of movement. Those are the only two things. Um, and those are the two things that Sister Farida is also promoting. So um, do take those courses and enroll in Find Your Truth platform so you can be enrolled into the self mastery physical. So there is an accountability that you can log your hours and everything. Benefits to be the part of that group. Fix your diet, address nutritional deficiencies, macro, micro. We have always talked about it. If not, go look for my previous lectures. Get the necessary blood work done. Oh, just because somebody else had iron deficiency and they're taking iron tablets, let me start taking iron tablets. It doesn't work that way. Okay, not everybody is deficient in iron. And so, yeah, just like be informed and lost the slides again. Sorry. Be informed. So if you won't test what's going on, then you cannot go with somebody else's deficiency. Okay. Address illnesses with, of course, supplements and medicine if necessary. Like, I'm not against medicine. I just don't believe in popping ibuprofen like every 4 hours. Okay. So, myth number two, pain is normal and must be tolerated. Not necessarily. Pain is not normal. Body will start to signal 2 days, 3 days prior to the cycle will start, like just very subtle signs like, slow down, or you feel tired, right by the sunset, and some sensitivity in the breast area, not painful, but sensitivity, like, okay. And then you look at the calendar and like, okay, my period's coming in 3 days. But severe cramps, heavy bleeding, extreme fatigue, can't get out of bed, and crying and throwing up, and those are not normal. Okay. So go to the doctor, talk to experts, come talk to me. I'm not an expert, but I will guide you, inshallah, through the food cycle and deficiencies. Okay. Pain is not common. Well, pain is common, but it doesn't mean that common things are normal. Illnesses needs to be addressed and fixed, inshallah. Ask question. What is the solution again? Ask questions, seek help, understand your cycle, fix the diet, get the blood work done, and address your deficiencies and illnesses. Of course, if you have to take medicine, you have to take medicine. But let's address it to find out if it is an illness or if it's just a bad diet, and because you haven't moved in 4 days, now your uterus is screaming because it's all, what's that word? Um, Contracted. So you just need to stretch, do the cobra pose, try it. It helps. Myth number three, isolation during the cycle. I'm not sure why Muslims believe it, because this is just very odd, but it was repeated quite often. So I said, okay, let's address it. I looked into religious help in that area. So let's talk about it. And it's in some other cultures. It can't be part of Islamic culture. Um, so in other cultures, women are expected to withdraw, to stay in the background, disconnect from people around them, and step away from daily. How could you? Like, you have exams coming, you have job, you have kids, a school, all kinds of things going on around you. So I believe that my cycle is not a reason to disappear from life. I may need to slow down, like take a break, but life is not going to stop for me. So, I mean, I'm going to miss deadlines, I'm going to miss exams, I'll miss a lot of things. So I need to plan my life around it. Remember the part one, those pink slides, the seasons? So plan ahead, okay? Stay prepared. Um, yeah, we have too many things to just isolate ourselves. So let's look at prophetic examples. Sahabiyats and the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sahabiyat held the Quran with the cloth wrapped around it, chadar or whatever. They remained connected to worship. So they did the dhikr and they stayed around with dua. Prophet used to recite tilawa while resting his blessed head in Sayyida Aisha's lap. He would be laying down in her lap and reciting Quran while she would be menstruating. And during at the calf, he would let her wash his hair. He would let her touch him, and he's the prophet. Um, and she would be around and engaged. So we have like look for it. We have too many examples to rule out this whole isolation and call it a total myth, and it has to stop. Okay. Yeah, I like this. Isolation is not the way to treat women during cycle, of course, nor is it an excuse to abandon responsibilities. Okay, so we have responsibilities. We have rights, but we have responsibilities too. Okay, so not to forget. Another myth, I'm not sure if it's a myth or just a false labeling. She's just moody. My sister, my daughter, my aunt, my friend, whoever it is, I would label them, it's moody. Well, it's wrong because mood fluctuation is not really drama. It's my body's way of communicating with me, right? The body speaks, and when we ignore it, it disconnects. There is a disconnect happen between me and my body. I'm not listening to the body's cry, oh, the body's whisper. So then it starts to cry and break down in an illness. So let's start to listen to the body and honor it. Okay. Because it's also a name Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, and if we ignore it for too long, we will be accountable, okay? In the hereafter, of course. There are two harmful extremes. Dismiss that, like, okay, this is just hormone. I mean, this is what I have to go through. So just let's just, do it, push through and go with it. Not really. And then there's another extreme. It's like, okay, she's being dramatic. So I would not talk about my pain. So then the silence and then shame. Well, that's not good either. So again, what's the solution? Same thing. Ask questions, seek help, understand your cycle, the phases we explained last time with the seasons. Fix your diet, address the nutritional gap, get the necessary blood work done if you're in a lot of pain, address personal deficiencies and illnesses. Remember, my friend has iron deficiency. That doesn't necessarily mean I have iron deficiency as well. So be free of pain and remove the label and stop feeling sorry for yourself and move forward. There's so much to do in life than just worry about periods and cramps, okay? And you know that. I don't have to tell you. You all have busy lives, alhamdulillah. Women are weak during their cycle. Not necessarily. It's the rhythm. Cycle is a rhythm. You slow down, you have good days like I can conquer the world, and then it's like, okay, I'm tired, I need a break. That's fine. It's seasonal, it's natural, and it's intelligently designed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala designed their bodies. So we have no way of questioning it. We can understand it and go with it, go along it. Okay. There is quiet belief that a woman becomes weak and less capable. This belief is not only incorrect, it's actually damaging to how women see themselves and how they are treated around the people around them. So understand the rhythm, lead yourself through it, and embrace femininity. True strength is understanding your femininity well enough to function beautifully with it, not despite it. Okay. The goal is not to become less feminine and push through everything. The goal is to understand femininity. Okay. The goal is to, remember, understand femininity well enough to function well. Okay. Then I'll take 2 more minutes. Women's health is separate from community strength. Not really. Community does not recognize the strength of its women. is a community operating at half its capacity. So it's really damaging to the community collectively. The belief that women's health and her role are separate from the strength of the community around her. Women of the prophetic era were anchors of stability, in their homes and communities. They were not just bystanders, passively watching what's happening and commenting and backbiting. And a women's well-being shaped the emotional and intellectual and spiritual quality of the entire community around her. So we have a lot of power. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a lot of power and then given us responsibilities. So we have to get through everything and not push through it. We need to do it as a responsibility. So we need to fix ourselves. That's also a responsibility. Okay. A woman's health is not a peripheral concern. It is central to the health and vitality of the entire ummah. Which reminds me to please go ahead and do the masjid survey that's been out for a couple of weeks, please. Um, Responsibility and balance. Now here's we're coming to the best part. Correcting myths is only one part of this realization journey. The next step is understanding how we live with this knowledge. Okay. My cycle is not a weakness, but it's not a free pass either that I just lay around and eat whatever I want and have other people do my duties because I'm in period. So like I don't have to do anything. No, not really. So these are the two extremes, and we need to avoid it. Okay. Um, Extreme, we talked about it, ignoring the body, and extreme, just surrendering to it, like aches and pains, and just can't do anything and lost it. So strength is not found in ignoring the body, nor surrendering to it. Okay. Because when you surrender to the body, that's like you're giving up on your nerves, and your nerves is driving you. Body is driving you, which is not the true self. If you have taken the courses at FIT and understand parts of you um, as body, mind, and soul. So your soul needs to be in the driver's seat, not the body. Okay. Strength is in learning how to lead yourself through it. Because, look, personally, I believe that I cannot disappear from my responsibilities. I can manage my responsibilities with awareness and wisdom. Prepare ahead, find help, delegate if possible. Okay. Then we have section 4. I'm responsible for my work. Yes. I'm not weak. I'm not broken. I'm not defined by my difficult days. Okay. Then uh, uh, that's all I talk about. Diet deficiencies. Fix your diet. And then, oh yeah, I should have added move. Move around, go for walks, do some stretches, cobra pose with very effective in cramps. Blood sugar imbalance. I'm not going to go too much in detail because that's all I ever talk about. Nutritional deficiency, macro, micro, and just maintain your blood sugar. When you realize that, okay, 5 days my periods are coming, stop taking carbs and it's going to be the smooth ride. Try it. Come tell me. Talk about it. Okay. Um, when stress is constant, the body shifts into survival mode, fight and flight. So the hormone balance, fertility becomes low priority. So the cycle gets affected. Either you stop cycle or heavy bleeding or something around the cycle, something gets disturbed, right? So manage the stress. How do you manage the stress? Intention with consistency. Engage in meaningful prayer and remembrance of Allah when you are not menstruating. Can do sajda and understand what you're reciting. That's very important. Practice regular dhikr to calm the nervous system and prophetic azkar, morning azkar, evening azkar, bedtime azkar, wake up azkar. I mean, we have azkar designed throughout the day besides the 5 prayers. So why not? I mean, you don't have to just sit there for 40 minutes and 1 hour after the prayer or 40 minutes in the morning. It's just that those 11 ayahs. from the last 11 ayahs of Surah Al-Imran when you wake up, right? There's a small dua when you wake up. Whatever you can, do it consistently. Don't do 40 minutes one day and then just didn't get to it all month, right? And few minutes before sunrise is very important. A lot of oxygen in the air. So breathe and watch the sunrise. It brings a beautiful day. Okay. And watching the sunrise and the deep breaths and gratitude practice and everything is it's not luxury, it's the necessary. Okay. Um, going to and we've always talked about hormones and imbalance and everything, so I'm not going to go into detail, but manage the stress, manage the blood sugar, watch for inflammation. Okay. Avoid inflammatory food, processed food. Then watch your liver. Do some liver test and watch for the signs of liver damage. I have a lecture on liver. Please go and watch it. And know that brain and ovaries communicate. Okay. So have your brain cleared. Don't live with brain fog. If you're brain fog, uh, go get help. Ask me, talk to me. Okay. Your cycle is a window into your overall health. When we treat it as an isolated event, we miss the full picture. Okay, so when we understand the whole body conversation, we gain the power to the true healing. Um, we are more than biology. We're more than just our periods, right? There's a beautiful book, Half the Sky, if you're interested. So we are half the sky, like women and men, right? Um, so we sisters, women are a mind. We think, we have reasoning, we are intelligent. We can shape things around us. We are teachers. The first school for the child is mommy's lab, right? Emotional stability we bring. We should not be thermometer to tell what's the temperature outside. We should be thermostat to regulate the temperature outside. If it's too cold, bring some warmth to it. If it's too hot, um, help it cool down. Okay. And yeah, we help people make decision around us. So when we feel better, we are going to be able to do all of this. Otherwise, men are going to run on half the sky and half the sky would be always gloomy. We can't let that happen because then kids need both, right? Um, so when we cannot manage stress, our children absorb it. Have you noticed that with your children? Think about it. Or they become victim of it because, I mean, all the angers, where do you pour? Not on your husband. I mean, sometimes, yeah, we do pour it on the husband, but mostly it's on the kids. Families feel our exhaustion. And then when we are barely surviving, the family is going to be not thriving, right? Um, we are done. So again, solution, ask questions, seek help, understand your cycle, fix your diet. I should keep that, fix your diet, number one. Get the blood work done, manage stress spiritually, activate the vagus nerve. And I just have a few questions for you to go through. Take a screenshot if you like. I would put it in the group and think through it. What happened to society when its women are emotionally depleted? What kind of children are raised by mothers who never received care or who never took care of themselves, right? How much wisdom is lost when women are taught silence instead of understanding? So these are the three questions. And with that, I will bring the reflection back. I just have a thank you slide that my volunteer has prepared. Thank you, Amna. No question is too small. So ask questions, seek help, um, take action, please. Knowledge without action is incomplete. So start today. I'll bring the question back here on the screen and let the question begin. Unmute yourself and talk to me or type in the chat. I will start to read it.
Thank you so much, Sister Safia, for such an insightful and beneficial session. We truly appreciate it. And we will encourage, inshallah, if you keep your questions precise and short and give other sisters chance to ask questions. You can ask questions through chats and directly as well. Please don't hesitate. You must ask your questions if you want to rise yourself as a Khalifatul Ard, inshallah.
Do the survey for today. I would love to hear your opinions. And I don't get with your name on it, so feel free to write whatever. And do the masjid survey, please. It's very important. And do I have anything here? No.
So,
Okay.
Safia, can you tell us that if, a lot of women complain about getting headaches during prior to menstruation or while at the start of it, what should they do?
Too much carb, blood sugar.
Okay.
Blood sugar yo-yo. Yeah, balance your diet out. 5 days prior to period, when you look at the calendar or you feel it in your body, stop eating
Hmm.
carbohydrate. Yeah.
Right.
Periods and pregnancies are not free passes to eat whatever. And you shouldn't have any cravings either. The cravings mean you have blood sugar imbalance, so fix it.
I
Okay,
have a
that's good.
question, Sister Sophia. Sometimes, young girls and also the middle-aged ones talk about the pains in their bodies, even 20s in girls in 20s or 30s. So, what will be the reason? What would you
During menstruation or just like
during
always?
menstruation or after the cycle too? They complain about the pains, body pains.
Inflammatory food. It's all about food.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. They eat too many omega-6.
It means the most important thing to fix the food first.
Yeah,
That
either put a
that's it.
tape or put a good thing. Yeah, there's no like, oh, pick a lesser of evil. No, go hungry.
Okay, Sister Shama, you can take the questions in the chat.
Is there chat? I was looking for it.
Sister Shama, you're muted now.
There's a question. Can you elaborate more about the cravings and the sugar in the diet, please?
Elaborate more about the craving in relation to blood sugar. Uh, cravings. Cravings happen when you are deficient in vitamin D3, iron, and zinc. So when you have a good blood work and you know that you're deficient, look for deficiency first and start taking supplements. And yeah, you won't have any craving. Just balance out your sugar. The more balanced your sugar is, like you're not going yo-yo, sugar surge and dips, then your body won't crave for it because it's not the body, it's the mind, right? That when you give sugar, excuse me, your brain gets the energy and it starts to work. Okay, understand the whole cycle. You eat sugar or carbohydrate or anything, your brain gets free fuel. It's happy, you're energetic, 30 minutes. The pancreas start to worry that, oh, too much sugar in the body. It starts to shake, it starts to produce insulin. Insulin comes, push down the sugar, then you have a crash, really bad crash. And then your brain said, give me more sugar. Where is my energy? You've turned the power supply off. So when the power supply off, then you eat more sugar, and then the pancreas get mad, and then it produces more insulin. So with sugar and insulin fight, your brain goes yo-yo, up and down, and it's like it's foggy, it's upset, it's mad, you're moody. Well, remove the whole carbohydrate thing, remove the whole sugar factor. Be on ketones. Eat good fat, lots of fiber, vegetables, good fat, and good protein, right? Now, your body is going to be burning fat as fuel. Now, what will happen? The fat burns as fuel, creates ketones. Your brain works on ketones better than sugar. Now, with ketones, pancreas are not bothered because there is no blood sugar problem, so there is no insulin spike. So on ketones, on sugar, your brain works up, and then insulin comes, the sugar goes down, the up, down. But on ketones, your brain has a sustained, consistent supply of energy. So you don't have mood issues, you don't have any brain fog, you're not going up and down. Okay. Does that help? So you don't have cravings either because your brain's getting the fuel. Now, it's not going to ask you to put more when it's get its fuel to run. Wait, there's another question here.
Yeah, there's a question: having leg pain
Salma,
for
did that
2
help?
days before the
Can,
cycle.
Sister Shah, can we not miss questions? Can we go to the first one? What is the reason behind irregular periods in young age? Like,
Sugar, 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 sugar,
wow.
processed food, carbohydrate too. I don't eat sugar. Well, you eat fruits. I don't
Mm.
eat fruits either. You eat grain. Eliminate grains and fruits and sugar and mithai out of your life, and then see your periods back in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. At the most 8 months, I've seen in mid-30s a woman with 4 kids. So much happened with her body, right? She's in mid-30s, 4 children. Stop the periods. She was like, I can't be menopausal at this point. Like, no, it's sugar and a lot of insulin, extra growth, endometriosis, lots of cysts on the ovaries and fibroids in the uterus. God knows what, everything in the world, everything under the sun. Stop carbohydrate. Be on fat, protein. 8 months she started periods. Very regular, very happy. It's been a year now. Have a session on menopause. Yes, we have it scheduled. Thank you for reminding us, Ra. Um, how to prepare for it? Yes, yes, I will have it, inshallah. How to control the craving? I mean, I wish I could say start taking D3 this much, and I wish I could say all of that because then I don't want all the wrong information flowing through, and then there will be more myths about what I said. And so, yeah, contact me or watch my previous lectures where I've actually talked about deficiencies. Leg pain, magnesium deficiency. Find a good magnesium glycinate supplement that is over the counter that I can tell you to take right now. Magnesium glycinate. And I mean, talk to your doctor, look at your blood work, and start D3. Aisha, I'm responding to your question. Komal, what is Komal sending? What is it? Oh, she fixed the survey? Is that?
The question following it, read
Yeah.
that. Should
Should
there
there be
be?
no pain during a cycle? Okay, so there should be some discomfort that we know there is a heaviness under, like in the lower ab area. 2, 3 days in advance, you would feel it in your breast. Like, okay, there is a sensitivity, like you touched it and like, oh, okay, like just the sensitivity, not the pain that you would start crying and 2 hours later you're still crying. Um, some kind of clues that slow down, you can't push, don't go to gym for 3 hours today, kind of like that. Okay. Long walks are good. Um, don't sit for too long, don't stand for too long, kind of, those days. And what if someone is vomiting and crying due to pain? Again, try to stretch your uterus in cobra pose. You know what cobra pose is? Look on, yeah, go YouTube, look for your cobra pose. When you lay on your belly face down, push through, push up, like stretch this lower ab area. So stretch your uterus, okay, because it's contracted. So stretching it takes care of the cramps. Again, mineral imbalance. You don't have enough magnesium for the system to calm down. So magnesium is very helpful, magnesium glycinate. Sometimes people are severely constipated during periods. Those people vomit. Okay. They don't realize that they're constipated, but they are constipated. Okay. So they would, I mean, if body's not able to eliminate toxins from one end, what's going to happen the other end? Again, the sugar is going to really, really, really bother you. It's not the sour that bothers you, because there is a myth again. Oh, I should have addressed that. Sorry. Don't eat sour. Well, no, sour. I mean, if you like the taste, take it, but depending on what sour we're talking about, not the Sour Patch candies, but lemon on top of a soup or with some protein, with iron, like organ meat, lemon's fine. It'll help absorb the iron. But it's the sugar, it's the carb, overwhelming carb. Again, when you eat too much grain, processed grain, roadies 15 times a day, that depletes your minerals as well. So it will make your zinc zero, it will make your iodine zero. That's going to affect your thyroid as well. It affects your periods as well. Okay. So just stop eating carb, please, except for vegetables and a little bit of lentils and beans. But do soak them and do pressure cook them to get rid of lectins. And I've talked about lectins in the first lecture, so please find it and go through it.
Yes, Sophia.
Okay,
There's
so I've
another
responded to
question.
Komal. Okay, yeah, go ahead, read it.
Is 2 to 3 days of bleeding okay?
Sure, yeah, that's fine. As long
There's
as you have 2 to 3 days consistently every month in during the cycle, because cycle is 26 to 36 days, right? So some people could bleed every 26 days or every 36 days, so it's fine. At the age of 47, can periods be regular in menopause? Well, if you are menstruating, you're not menopausal. So don't worry about it. 47 is fairly young, but don't worry about it. Manage your diet. You can, okay, here's the thing. So menopause start in your gut, not in your brain, not in your ovaries, right? So the best diet you have, um, no, let me rephrase it. The cleaner your diet, the menopause will be delayed for longer. So you want to stay, young and go on till 55, sure. Uh, Eat clean and you will not hit menopause, inshallah. Uh, what is that?
there's another question. Can we take a daily multivitamin tablet? Will it help in pain?
Show me, because most multivitamins are junk. I'm so sorry. Yeah, like 99.5% of the multi are junk. What could be maximum number of days in periods? 9. Like a day of spotting and then a normal bleeding and then 3 days of heavy bleeding and then slow down, and then spotting and then ends. Okay. So 9 is max, minimum 3. Cobra pose. Yay. Thank you, Sister Farida. Can we take daily multi? Oh, no. Well, show me what multivitamin is and what brand and why do you need that, right? If you're 22 years old, you just need magnesium and D3. You don't need anything else. If you stop periods at 54, that's good. That's normal, yeah. And you still have cramps during that time of the month. Avoid carbohydrate and check your D3, and start taking magnesium to help relieve the cramp and do the cobra pose, inshallah. 3 times a day, 5, 7 reps. That should be good enough. The cobra pose here in the chat, look for it. This woman's head is tilted backward. We just need to go up a little bit, not go curve the back. Okay, just go up, stretching the belly area. Okay, so don't hurt your neck while fixing the stomach, please. Okay, she is a yogi probably, and she's very flexible, so that's fine. All right.
I have a question,
What's
Sister Sophia.
sure.
Is it okay if period stops at 50, 52? Yeah, it's
Most
normal.
people have stop at 38. So, I mean,
Okay.
if you didn't menstruate for 12 months, you will be called menopausal. That's fine. But what's not normal, let me tell you, what's not normal, and I think that's what you meant to ask, what I'm about to answer. What's not normal is that perimenopausal period of 6 years. That's 6 years of suffering. That is not normal. This is a new term just erupted in the last 2, 3 decades, 6 years women suffer. No, it's either I'm menstruating or not. It's stop. So that suffering and coming and going and on and off, and that's painful. Hot flashes. No, none of that is normal. That's stupid, actually. Fix it. Go to your doctor, get your hormone panel done, and fix it. Get the HRT if you need to, but not from some dietitian. Go actual doctor, endocrinologist, or your OBGYN, and get the hormone blood test done, and either get the testosterone pellets or estrogen cream or whatever they suggest. Don't take my word for it, because those are prescription things. So of course you cannot buy it over the counter anyway. But the suffering of the perimenopause, there is no peri. Either it's menstruating or menopausal. That's it. It's a very easy cycle. But the carbohydrate and excess processed food and excess of everything in the body and too many chemicals, that actually increase more suffering. So just stop, clean your diet, please, please.
Thank you, Sister Safia. Please fill our survey. Your views matters to us, and it will help us to improve our programs and our efforts. Thank you. Sister Safia, I have a question. Why gynecologists use the word perimenopause? Like
It's been
always they
out
talk
there
about.
for the past 3 decades or so, two decades maybe. It's been out there because of the body is still producing, the ovary is still producing egg, releasing it. The body is still preparing for the fertility, and but there are either your polycystic ovaries, the PCOC or PCOS or PCOD or whatever those syndromes and disorders are. They can't really call it an illness, so they add disorders and syndromes, and oh my God, that's just too much. So what happened is that, okay, what was I saying? Right, perimenopause. I just explained it to you, right? Perimenopausal.
Yeah.
So because the body doesn't want to stop, but there are some internal abnormalities because of our wrong diet, not letting us menstruate out, not letting the whole thing that's body's preparing clear out because of the lining of the uterus that's too thick, the walls are too thick. And that's again the reason for infertility as well, right? Because the walls are thickened and now you can't have the fetus. I mean, you can't have the egg meet the sperm or sperm meet the egg, whatever the science is. So it's all the wrong food, too many toxins, um, too many carbohydrates, not enough protein intake, not enough healthy fat. Eating fat-free, you will be menopausal in 30s because fat, cholesterol is the building block of hormone. So when you deprive your body of fat and cholesterol, like egg yolk and butter and coconut oil, all of the healthy fats, mustard oil, sesame oil, olive oil. When you deprive your body of good fats, you won't have enough hormones to go about in the body, right? So then body is going to start shut down, and it doesn't want to shut down, but it has to shut down because there's not enough material in there. There is a chaos. That's what the perimenopausal is. So it's between the regular periods and menopause. There is this painful period of 5 years or 6 years, or very painful. Just avoid it. Clean your diet, please. Do the masjid survey and tell me how I'm doing and what next you want to learn about, and come on and unmute, talk to me.
Please ask your questions. It's matter of your health and it's matter of your leadership too, because if you don't lead yourself, how can you play your role as a Khalifatul Ard? So health matters to us among the most, because without being healthy, we can't play as our role as a strong woman and strong leaders. And strong believer is more dear to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than weak believer. So
Good point. Yes, good point.
your
We all
health will
want to
be
be
better.
contributing to the community, to the ummah. Well, when I'm strong, I can contribute better, not with brain fog, right?
Sister Safia, can you talk about what is the mother's role in all this? What should she be telling the daughter, and what is she currently telling her? Where have we missed this major topic in raising our daughters?
We need to prepare our daughters before her classmates talk about it. So our daughters are prepared and they know what's going on. So when they hear blah, blah, blah about outside, they're comfortable and come talk to you that my friend said this. And then you can tell them, like, yeah, she's right. Or no, that's not right. Okay, so have that communication open. Our mommies just shut the daughters off because they themselves don't know it. So educate yourself. It's okay if you didn't know when you were 16, your mommies didn't tell you. It's time you learn because of the social media and so much exposure our kids get before even they're ready to menstruate. They were like, what is this shush shush about? Why is my older sister not praying? Why did mommy not praying? What is going on? A 10-year-old is confused. She wants to know. Explain them. This is the monthly cycle. We all get it. You're going to get it too. Be on the lookout. Prepare them. Please. It's a good one.
And especially our sons are more like concerned
We
about
need
the
to tell them
environment.
that
Yeah.
that you better be nice to your sister, because if I'm not telling my son to be nice to his sister, how is he going to be kind and nice to his wife? Yeah, we need to educate daddies and brothers and everybody, sons. If the pain start 1 week before the period, is that okay? Depending pain where? Headache? No, fix your diet. Cramps? No, fix your diet, take magnesium. Backache? Not normal. Go talk to your doctor and maybe start D3 supplements, because back pain is the classic D3 deficiency. So no, pain is not normal. I am on my heavy day today. Can you tell from any angle? Anyone? No? Okay.
There's a question, if the pain starts 1 week before the periods, is it okay
I
or
did answer that.
I think it
I
was the
just
pain.
answered that. Yeah. And that's why I said I am on my heavy day today. It's my first day. Could you tell?
Okay.
Most of the time, brothers and fathers have no. Well, then give them idea. We are half the sky. They are running on half the sky. They're missing half the story. Please give them, educate them. Teach your husbands that the daughter's not being moody. She's in cramps. I'm gonna help her make some yellow tea. Get the signature yellow tea out. Somebody put the recipe in the group. I mean, just magnesium or something to calm down the system, clean out the diet, make sure they get enough protein during periods and enough fats and good fats, eggs, meats, right?
I think
You
Safia,
need to.
Komal has, I think, raised a good point. It's very
Yeah.
awkward to tell your brothers and your
Yeah.
fathers about it. I think, would you say that it's more of a mother's role to inform her husband about it and her sons about it rather than the.
I mean, yeah, yeah. Look, it's not like I'm throwing things like of most of the time when my dad was here, we would be like, okay, let's just pray all together. Dad is leading the prayer and we're all behind. So it's okay. You don't have to announce, oh, I'm on my period, so I cannot pray. You don't have to announce. You just quietly step back, right? I'm saying that keep that modesty, have some respect. But then mommies need to tell daddies that don't get on their case that you're not praying, you're not praying, you're not praying. Even if you're living in one room, explain to your brothers. Little brothers, I understand, but grown up brothers, like 15, 16, 14, when they're starting to go to prayer, make sure that they know what's going on and how they are a bit sensitive. So don't fight, don't be kind. And then like mommies need to educate their husbands, their sons, their brothers, everybody. So if I know what's going on, I need to educate men around me, be it my brother, my son, my husband, my father, my uncle, chacha, khalu, mama, all of them. Respectfully, not throwing it that I have hot flashes going on. No, that's where the modesty comes. You don't need to throw that I am going through hot flashes and announce and all the men turn around and look at you if you are in a, you know, mixed gathering. Use modesty there.
I think, Sophia, it would be a good thing if you guide us on, as a culture, we are quite embarrassed to talk about it to men, you know? And how do we go about talking about it? Is that a valid question would that be correct if I'm saying that most women feel quite embarrassed talking about this topic? And how do we overcome that embarrassment in educating our close family members, male members? How do we do that?
How do I answer that? I need to hear from a woman who can come and tell me that she doesn't feel comfortable. So I can ask what kind of discomfort she feels so we can empower her in that manner, right? I mean, why would you not talk to your husband about it? I mean, aren't you like the one union? Didn't you have children with him? And how you're not comfortable talking about your periods? Like, that's stupid.
Okay,
I
so
believe,
That's not
Safia, it's
respect. That's
part of,
stupidity.
yeah,
how
Sorry.
do
it's
we?
part of our culture, not our religion, not our Islam.
Why is it part
Part of
of the culture?
culture.
That's my question. Who made the part of culture?
The
Break it.
people, yeah, people made
Break out
part
of
of it.
it. Break out of it. Take the course, Breaking Belief. Take the course, FIT.
And we need
Break
to,
your stupid beliefs.
and we also need to connect with the book of Allah, Al-Kitab. Otherwise,
Read
we
about
can try.
Sahabiyats. Yeah.
Because Allah Ta'ala clearly is talking about menstruation in Surah Baqarah, Al-Baqarah.
Yeah.
So when
It's
Allah
Ada.
Ta'ala talks about this
Yeah.
with wisdom, and we
It's
should learn
discomfort.
wisdom too as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. So Allah Ta'ala gave us break. Like, okay, don't pray, don't do too many, ups and downs. That's fine. But you still stay connected.
Hmm.
Oh, another myth. Don't take shower. It's like, sorry, where did that come from? Don't take shower. You can't wash, you have to wipe. No. I mean, please. Um, what else was there? Like if you won't wash, you won't be able to make wudu. And you have to be in the state of wudu all the time, regardless of you're in menstruation or not. It's the protection from everything around us, the species that we cannot see. You have to protect yourself, and that's the wudu. Wudu actually locks you in. Some says you can't read Quran as well. I mean, I'm not going to get into controversial topics. I am no mufti, talk to mufti. But whatever you have memorized, you can recite. Your tongue is not menstruating. Your belly is. Right? Make dua. You can make dua. You can go to, Prophet said you could go to the place where they pray Eid and be a part of that dua, collective dua. So you're not unclean. You just can't pray. Can't do sajda. Um, make zikr, do lots of dua, and stay in the state of wudu. Do clean, like do clean yourself, do wash yourself, proper tahara. Please voice if you find it hard. Oh, get your sons and husbands on the natural. Yeah, tell me what the discomfort is. Why can't you tell your son? I mean, okay, not you, but as a woman, I could say all kinds of bad things to my son, but not educate him on what's going on. And he's going to be married soon, so he's going to have to be respectful to his wife's period days and all. Or do you just want his wife to educate him about it. I mean, seriously. If someone's having period pain and another person is one by saying you're not the only one who has period pain, it's normal. A society's pain. That's my slide is. I will send you the PDF in the group. Read through it. Just because it's normal, it doesn't make it acceptable. Just because it's common, it's not normal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't want us to be in pain all the time. It's us who eat wrong and then be in pain. So fix your diet. If you're in pain, fix your diet. Start moving around. Go for a little walk. Lay on your back. Do some cycling with your feet, with your legs. Like paddle in the air. That's a good one. Do the cobra pose. Make sure you don't strain your neck too much. But it is wrong because if someone is hafid, how they can revise if they can't touch Quran for 8, 9 days? Yeah, I mean, why would you not read Quran? I don't know. So again, I'm not mufti, so I'm not going to get into controversial topic. I'm teaching about body. So talk to your Quran teacher or your imam about the Quran.
But
But
as an
disconnecting
opinion,
from spirituality is not the way to go.
yeah,
Periods don't
true.
stop you. Because, yeah, a prophet would have said it clearly that don't touch Quran, don't say Allah's name, you're unclean. We are supposed to be more connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we are in pain. Or most people are in pain. I'm not, alhamdulillah.
Thank you so much, Sister Safia, for your insightful answers and guiding for us. Uh, inshallah, it will be a beacon of light for our sisters, for our ummah, inshallah. And they will fix their diet, inshallah. So,
Clean the diet, start moving around. I will be here, stop the recording, and I will be here for another few minutes if somebody want to come and talk and not be in the recording.
okay, we are going towards our to end our session, inshallah. And our next Sunday Zoom topic will be on the invisible architects decoding the global power plays in Iran. Speaker will be Dr. Fahana Kudatulayan, inshallah. And you will learn about a lot in this coming session. The beneficiaries, the master plan, the silent hand, and defining truth can help you to understand the ground realities and play a vital role as Khalifatul Earth, and with the grace of Allah Ta'ala Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, inshallah. And we will truly appreciate if you keep attending our sessions regularly and give our opinions and fill our survey. Thank you so much. And inshallah, now we'll end our session with the dua. We seek forgiveness from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for our shortcomings. And Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. O Lord, let not our hearts deviate after you have guided us, and grant us from yourself mercy. Indeed, you are the best Lord. Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakallah khair.